Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. In this episode, I'm going to discuss with you how we can produce more with fewer resources. In another way, we can say how we can produce using our own resource to producing the better seedling and healthy seedling with our own resource. In this video, I'm going to touch the different kind of greenhouse that you can use to produce the better seedling. And for better understanding, I make this video with 3 agroecological for Tanzania: Iringa, Dodoma, and Kigoma, because they have different weather, so that you can learn and apply this technology depending your zone where you are located. And also I will show you how we can sow this seedling and which technology we can use, and the different media and the different ratio that we can create this kind of media that we can find in our own places, so we can produce more with fewer resource. And also I'm going to share with you different booster or nutrient fertilizer that you can apply in your seedling that you can find in your place, and why it is important, and when you don't have a capacity to produce, where you can buy this kind of seedling. So by starting, this is forest soil. It's one of the media you can plant. And also you can use this water weed or water lettuce or water hens. This one is very important. You take this from the fresh water, or from the pond or from the leaf. You dry them like this. When you dry them like this one, because they are from fresh water, they have no, means they are free of disease. So this is water weed, free of disease when you extract this. So your work is to dry them. After you dry them, you need to sieve it so that you can reduce some impurities. So you can use different layer of sieving tools you have, like this small net or wire mesh or different gauge you have. You sieve after, because these are very light, it's like a cocoa pit or coconut pit husk. So you can, to make it dense, you can mix with the sand, fine sand, and the forest soil. And you can also take advantage, put a heap like this and sow your seedling free of disease without using tray. So this is the best way you can use. When it comes to greenhouse, this is the greenhouse you can find in Kigoma, which it's kind of hot. Very important, on the top must put the white transparent sheet. This sheet is very important, white one on the roof. On the side you can put the net. That is no problem if you are in an environment which is hot. But if you are in an environment which is hot, it's not advisable to put the full transparent, or to put like this black net beside. This one, it won't work for you, for people who are in hot area. But for people who are in like the left side, you can see from Iringa, you can cover all your greenhouses. And the people who are in Dodoma, because Dodoma it have mixed, it's cold, and also it is hot, so you need to have something greenhouse that is adjustable. And the good things, you can use the local available material like wood to create this stacking material where you can press your trays. So this is the resource available you can use. When it comes to sowing, you can sow and make this dark or chamber room for sowing your seedling. The idea is to create the darkness, because we don't need the direct sunlight for creating photosynthesis, because we don't have leaves, so no chlorophyll for this seeds. When you sow seed, it need like room temperature 25 to 28. So you put the thermometer there, you control the temperature, so you force the seed with using the food they have or the carbohydrate they have to give the seedling out. But when the seedling come out after 7 days, it is weak. You need to take out of this room and put in the tray or in the stacking material you have in your greenhouse. Once you put this one, you realize the seedling, they are very weak and very tender. And when you are applying water, you need to apply with low pressure, because at this time, you can see when you splash water, you can break all your seedling. So it's very important to use knapsack or something that have low pressure. So this is kind of the knapsack, and you can see the seedling. Because of the technology you see there, the dark chamber, this one, it helps the seed to germinate, high germination of seed. So you can see it's very uniform and all seedling coming out. Remember, in Tanzania or in other part of the world, you buy one seed, it means it costs you something. So it's very important to create environment where you can get all your seedling. When it comes to nutrition, this we apply leaf booster. This, it have the ratio of 24, 24, 18. This is NPK. So this works of macro mix is the booster. And how to apply this one? You can apply 1.25 mils per 1 liter of water. Most of Tanzania will use this knapsack when we are spraying, which is knapsack, it have the volume of 16 liters. So we apply 20 mils per 16 liters because that is the tools that we have. So we apply on that one. The interval, you apply after every 3 days, you apply fertilizer. In between, you can just apply water if your seedling need water. It's very important to measure the humidity of your seedling before putting water or fertilizer. And before putting fertilizer, it's very important to not put wetness, so it have kind of somewhere not dry, also not too wet, so that you can put the fertilizer and the fertilizer can find enough temperature where it can work. You can see the importance of using this kind of different media, where you can also buy from the industry or from the shop coconut pit, or that you can use to make your seeding. And using this technology like dark chamber, guys, it give you very uniform and healthy seedling. At this, you can see this is knapsack, and how you can apply is like the way you're applying for this pesticide or herbicide or insecticide application. So you keep knapsack, and also it's very important to have the thermometer that it can help. For this is Mr. Iteyo in Dodoma, because the Dodoma, it have kind of hot and the cold at the same time. So it's very important to have closed greenhouse. When it's hot, you open the ventilation. When it's cold, you cover it so that you can have or maintain your temperature. It's very, very important. So you can see the different ecological zone, like here Kigoma, they have net, but when you see Kigoma, Dodoma in the capital city, it's because they have full covered. But Iringa, you don't need to worry. Iringa is cold, where you can find Mr. Basaya. But so this is Mr. Adolf farm. So using knapsack, you can see this is knapsack, and when your seedling grows at this stage, you can see, and this is greenhouse in Iringa. It's full covered with plastic, and this is one of the farm of Basaya Stephen, who is growing the seedling for selling. So if you want to use this one, yes, this is fine. And when the seedling is big enough, you not use the knapsack, you use this nozzle sprayer or horsepower. This horsepower, you should have different nozzle, so that you cannot use the knapsack when you have seedling at this height. So it's very important. So resource use, you produce more with less resource. So you cannot use knapsack at this stage. You use horsepower with the low pressure. So if you want to have seedling and you don't have a place where you can grow this one, or you are preparing and they are still growing in locally, and this is like the forest soil. An advantage of forest soil that you need, it is easily adaptable when you transplant in the field, but it have kind of work because you need to heat or to do soil treatment. But when you buy the seedling, the soil like coconut pit, you don't need for that. This is guys in Iringa. If you want the seedling, you can press your order and he can prepare for you. If you want a seedling in Dodoma, you can ask Mr. Iteyo, he can prepare seedling for you. If you are in Kigoma or that zone, because 3 different zones, you can ask Agro Farm, he can prepare for you with this kind of technology. So I hope you find this video is useful. If you this mark end my presentation. So if you find this video is useful in one way or another, please give it a like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in another episode. Bye.